So today we've got the Autel Km100 programmer, key programmer that is. I was kindly sponsored this, but usually they're typically £350, £400. Some people say key makers, locksmiths, etc. don't like mechanics and etc. using these. Obviously, one, if you don't know what you're doing, a bit like myself, you can cause a bit of a problem. I was given this to try out, so obviously I'm trying to learn a little bit more, but thought I'd do a video. But there's so many features on it that you can do. Things like frequency detection. Let's just jump into a nice easy one. You want to make sure that your key remote's working, make sure what frequency it is, point it at it, press a button, hold it down, and it will tell you what megahertz it is. That's the lock button, that's the unlock button, etc. Just shows you what frequency your key is, and obviously that makes sure that your key is working. If your central locking's not working, you can use your key just to see if it's the key working or the car. Jump straight into another section like reading and cloning. This one's a bit hard with one hand. It's basically to let you know what transponder, etc. is in your key, if it's unlocked, locked, la la la. So we just tap on reading, try and get the key in there. It's a bit hard with one hand. Sometimes it makes you move it. There you go. So it just tells me what immobiliser type it is. Obviously, if I want to clone to another key, got to make sure it's an ID48, etc. Yeah, I'm not mega involved. Obviously, you can just clone your key. You can go on to edit. You can edit your stuff, your chip, you lock it, you unlock it, etc., and all your data. I'm not getting involved in this. I still need a little bit more research involved in this just to get there before I start doing anything. Obviously, I'm going to use my own car to do it before I go touching anything else. Back to the main menu. So a good function with this, I suppose it's a good function. You can use this as a smart key. So for whatever reason, you've got a Range Rover with keyless entry, etc. You can plug in the OBD2 dongle, get the immobiliser data from it, and then you can use it to start the vehicle. Obviously, only when you are on the option of it. So when you go onto a Mo, you scan the vehicle that you've got and it will read the immobiliser data from the car, and then you can use the Autel Km100 as a key. Great point if you've lost your key, bad point if it gets into the wrong hands and someone tries to use it. Special functions, obviously not really learnt too much about it. There is a few on here, obviously immobiliser data processing, etc. Key unlocking, you know, we'll just go onto anything just so we can have a look. It tells you obviously what immobiliser it can be on it, especially like if you're trying to do mileage corrections, etc. 24C16, you know that the EEPROM in the cluster is 24C16. We'll just plug the OBD2 dongle in, wait for it to give us a beep like your typical Autel scanners to let us know that it's connected. We'll just go on here. I'm just sitting in the Volkswagen Caddy van at the minute. Let's go Volkswagen, see, look, just got to wait a minute. Autels are always slow. Let's get back to it. There we go, there's the beep. Right, loading. It's going to load my VIN. I'll just go automatic selection. We'll read the VIN and enter it. Now the VIN is obviously in, immobiliser status scan. Just jump onto one of it. You can scan ECU and BCM on this when you're like inputting a key. I was doing one for a Ford Mondeo yesterday. Turned out it was a bad key. After they've replaced the cluster, I repaired the cluster, coded BCMs in. Obviously the customer diagnosed the fault, not myself. I was just asked to do what I was asked to do. Luckily enough, I was sponsored this. Now we've got it scanned. Took a little bit longer than I thought. Obviously, look, engine system, you probably get loads of faults in it. There we go. Remote control system. Once it's finished scanning and doing what it's got to do. Obviously, once it's scanned, it will tell you number of keys, dealer keys, locked keys, and if I want to learn a key to it. As you can see, 2 keys for the van. There is a dealer key, there's locked keys, there's learned keys. Obviously, add key guided, press it with your new key after you've had the blade cut, follow it, you're done. Immobiliser learning, self-explanatory. Obviously, you got your other functions, hot functions. Wait for it to load. And the only one on here is add key guided. Give it a press. It's not equipped with a smart key. And then start it. It will tell you to insert keys, remove keys, etc., etc. Just so it knows what it's doing. Overall, awesome piece of kit, in my opinion. take a little bit getting used to, obviously, because I am not involved in this. Plenty of other sections on here, remote desktop, you know. I would imagine it's a massively capable tool. Once you've got into it, I was asked to review quite quickly. There was no criteria, just a kind of a case of a newbie like myself getting involved in it and trying to learn. If you're wanting to get into, obviously, the key industry, or you're already in the key industry and want a nice, easy tool just to tell you what transponder it is, obviously getting a mobilizer data, checking if your key fob's working, etc., I would definitely recommend the Autel Km100. I will try and do another video on this, just a little update video of once I've learned a little bit more about things. Any questions, ask me, I'll try and answer it. I have a few people who are helping me along the way, just to get myself going. But thank you all for watching. Take care.